In every age, the stage adapts. From candlelit theatres to electric spotlights, from cavernous rehearsal halls to intimate studio black boxes, the performing arts have always reinvented themselves through the tools of their time. But what happens when the rehearsal room itself disappears? When actors and dancers are separated by oceans, yet still yearn to create together? This is where the Premiere project began. A bold experiment at the intersection of art and technology. Among its pioneer missions, Use Case 3 was an idea as daring as it was necessary: to create a virtual co-creation space where performers could meet, rehearse, and dream together, even at a distance.
The project that is being done by the collaboration of several people.
Equity, creativity.
Central China, a man has died.
Coronavirus confirmed in Canada.
The Food and Drug Administration approved new COVID-19 vaccines.
But I'm going to get it because I know if I get COVID, this will temper down my response.
Unknown pneumonia-like virus, which officials say comes from the same family as the deadly SARS virus.
The seed of Use Case 3 was planted in a time of disruption, when global events had forced stages to go dark and rehearsal rooms to fall silent. Yet art, as it so often does, refused to stop. The question arose: could digital technology not only sustain, but transform artistic collaboration? The vision was far greater than video calls. The aim was immersion, a shared stage woven from code and imagination. Avatars standing in for living bodies. Every gesture, every glance, every line of dialogue captured and carried across distance until artists could believe, if only for a moment, that they were together again. This wasn't just virtual rehearsal, it was the pursuit of a new kind of theatre. To build this stage without walls, the Premiere team, Science, Coliseu, Fité, and Argot, embarked on an ambitious technical journey. At its foundation was the 3D virtual theatre, a digital environment robust enough to render multiple performers, props, and scenes in real time. But the true magic lay in the details.
So at the Premiere project, we have several technical tasks. One of them has to do with how do you capture the performance, including the movement of performers, their expressions, audio, lighting on a stage, or the props on a stage. Secondly, we have to build a virtual representation of a theater space, where people, performers, or viewers can do several things. So some of them could collaborate in that virtual space to do a performance. Some of them would just want to observe that performance and get information about that performance. And some others might want to direct and modify that space accordingly.
The curtain rose on the first pilot workshop in November 2024 at Science in Nicosia. On stage, though a stage unlike any before, stood members of Argot Theatre. They weren't dressed in costumes, but in mock-up suits and VR headsets, avatars waiting to be animated by flesh and bone. First, the tools felt alien. Actors tugging at cables, adjusting headsets, doubting whether sincerity could pierce through digital masks. But soon, curiosity took hold. A subtle pause echoed in Avatar's breath. For the first time, finger tracking reached fidelity enough to convey delicate gestures. Facial capture worked. The core worked. Actors laughed, improvised, and found themselves swept into genuine creative play. One noted, "It's as if the walls of the rehearsal room just vanished. We felt together, not the same as before, but real enough to act." Yet technology alone does not carry art. What mattered most was how performers felt within this new reality. Some were exhilarated, others felt uneasy. To them, the mediation of avatars blunted the raw physicality of theatre, the sweat, the breath, the heartbeat of live presence. What Use Case 3 revealed was larger than any single workshop. This was not just digitization, it was reinvention, a hybrid art form where the language of technology and the language of performance spoke together. It promised equity, creativity, continuity, art that need not pause, even when the world does. In the first years, Use Case 3 has been a rehearsal unto itself. Imperfect, bold, full of breakthroughs and stumbles. Yet, step by step, artists and engineers have met at the threshold, crafting not only tools, but a new stage altogether. Premiere Project has not replaced the stage. It has expanded it, and in that expansion lies a future where art, always resilient, always restless, finds yet another way to endure. Argo Theatre is going to integrate Premiere tools in the whole process of creating and presenting theatrical performance. This is not an ending, only the beginning of an unfinished play.